Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Scott with PestPlus Exterminating, and this morning I'm going to entitle this video "What to Do When the Tenants Have Bed Bugs, Don't Cooperate, Go Nuts, and Create Problems, and basically doesn't get the job done right." So we're in the tenant's apartment. We've been servicing this particular building for about a year now, and we service the tenant. What the tenant did is the tenant uses the bedroom for the child, and then the tenant sleeps basically in the living room in a mattress and box spring and so forth. The tenant ended up having a bed bug problem but did not tell us. What happened is I had got in touch with the landlord. We had come here, did an investigation, noticed that there was bed bug clusters all over her mattress. The cameraman keeps shaking the camera, so if he would knock it off, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, so what happened is we came here, we noticed that there was a big infestation, a cluster of bed bugs, and then we prepared to do a treatment. We got in touch with the landlord. The landlord paid for the treatment. You know, most of the landlords we work with, they want to get the job done correctly. The tenant, in the meantime, went to the health department. The health department got in touch with the landlord. Landlord said not to worry. You know, we signed an agreement. We are taking care of it. And again, and we went back to the tenant. We got her to understand her preparation, what she needed to do, so we can come in and we can do a full treatment. We planned out for about 5 days out. So we came back on 5 days out. We were scheduled to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning. The tenant was not here. I called the tenant to say where she was. She said she was running behind. She didn't get a chance to do anything, and which, you know, I told her she signed off on everything. 2 minutes later, I get a call from the health inspector. The health inspector wants to know what's going on and has the tenant there. I said to the health inspector, why is the tenant there? The tenant signed off. The landlord agreed to have treatment. The tenant should have prepared rather than going and complain a little bit more. The health inspector met us here. The tenant was here, and again, nothing was taken care of. This was now 5 days out. From there on in, we agreed we would set up a next treatment to get in touch with the landlord. We then heard from the landlord that the tenant now went to a lawyer. And now there was this whole legal proceedings going on. However, the landlord did cooperate, but the tenant is freaking out and panicking. And so what happened is we then could not do anything at that point. Our hands were tied. We need to get a release from basically the attorney to come in here. The landlord wanted us to come in here and said, no, we have no permission to go in there. We just can't walk into an apartment. We got the release, and now here we are. We finally got a chance to come back in here, and I just wanted to show you. So we're looking at right now the box spring. This particular box spring right here, if you look, okay, there's a live nymph. There's a live bed bug over here where my finger is right there. And if you look here, this is all fecal matter, okay? And then if you look around here, I'm sure we'll find some other live nymphs and some small bed bugs. Now, the entomologists say where you find fecal matter is basically where you're going to find eggs and so forth. So what we're going to do is we've already basically vacuumed out one of the box springs, and now we're going to vacuum this out. We're going to pull off the cover. We're going to throw this cover in the garbage. We did have covers here for the mattresses and box spring. The tenant then refused, wasn't sure if she was going to stay here, she was going to move out, she was going to throw out the mattresses and box springs. She didn't want the landlord basically to waste her money, I guess, to have the charge back coming to her. So a lot of times when people, especially tenants in buildings, they overreact. Number one is they check the beds, they don't check the box springs. The box springs is the key component. You must check the box spring. Number two, if a tenant finds bed bugs, they should only spray possibly rubbing alcohol and vacuum. You should never advise the tenants to use chemicals or sprays or do it themselves. Two parts. Number one is tenants don't do it right, and they operate based upon what they can financially afford, and they're going to buy crap, and they're going to use the wrong stuff, and it's going to make matters worse. And then if you have attached apartments, it's going to spread into those adjacent apartments, and you're going to have a bigger problem. So if you're a landlord out there, what you basically need to do is you need to send a notice to the tenants, let them know if they do face a bed bug problem, they need to get in touch with you, that it is your building, that they do not have authority or right to spray anything on their own, that you as a landlord take care of it. If you don't take care of it, they're going to go to the health department, they're going to report you, especially in New Jersey and New York, you're going to have to take care of it anyway within 10 days. So start from the beginning, start it right and get it taken care of, because before they make it spread into other areas in the building. So hopefully this made sense to you. I got to get back to work. I just wanted to make this educational video for you. Those of you who are investors, who are property owners in the state of New Jersey, honestly, you know, this is not going away. And, you know, it can happen to good tenants. It can happen to bad tenants. You're going to have to deal with it. It's a requirement by law. So, listen, if you need us, hopefully you don't need us, but actually, hopefully I do think you need us. give us a call at 732-777-6857. We can service your general pest control, or we can just do the bed bug specialty work, whatever you need. Until next time, I'm Scott from PestPlus Exterminating. Hey, you can catch us out at www.pestplus.net. You can also like us on Facebook at PestPlus Exterminating, and you can give me a call at 732-777-6857. I'll speak to you soon.